Hi, welcome to Magoosh's Vocab Wednesdays. I'm Chris, and today the theme is short words. And now this is a great theme for me. I'm going to tout these boards and tell you how great they are, because while they are great, can't usually fit large words on here. But today, because the theme is short words, yay, I can fit them on here. And actually, that's not quite the reason why I chose short words, just to make things easier for me. Rather, short words pop up a lot on the GRE. They're part of the English vocabulary, but oftentimes they're not given as much attention as they deserve, just because maybe they're not that memorable. They're tiny versus one of the large words that's scary, it sticks out, it's notable for its length, whereas these guys, they just kind of go almost undetected. That said, let's begin with tout. When you tout something, you praise it in this way that you want someone to buy it or use it. And oftentimes this word can be mixed together with advertising. So for instance, many times on a company's, or almost every time on a company's or a restaurant's website, they tout what great food they have or what great products they have. And so oftentimes we have to be aware of what we buy on the internet, because everyone touts that their service, their product, their restaurant is the best. So tout, again, to praise something in such a way that you want someone to buy it. Next, we have a word that's actually difficult to define, but it's one of those words where once you see it in context, it's a lot easier. So hew means to conform to or to adhere to, and usually you use it with an abstract noun. So hew to the rules, hew to an idea, hew to, etc. So if you use it in a sentence, you can say, he did not hew to the usual idea of studying vocabulary, meaning going through flashcards. Rather, he decided to read articles, and in those articles, pick out words he didn't know, and then look those words up and memorize them. So again, that's just my example sentence for the word hew. And I could give more, but I recommend definitely sometimes on these Vocab Wednesdays, if you think, wow, that's a great word, and I want to know more about that word, always go to wordnik.com, enter the word in, and you'll have a plethora, many example sentences, so you get a better sense of how that word functions in context. And I do that with you. If I were you, I'd do that with you. Okay, bad wordplay aside, next we have vie. When you vie with someone or against others, you compete with them, usually for a prize or a reward. So vie. So maybe in the Olympics, everyone vies for that first place, that gold medal where they can be atop on the podium. So again, short word, easy to forget, or even pay much attention to, but it is important. And lastly, we have here, a cute little word, is pat. Now, pat doesn't mean, at least on GRE-wise, it doesn't refer to a person, and it doesn't refer to patting one's back. But if something is pat, it is very simplistic. It's an overly simplified version of something that's actually more complex. So oftentimes people give pat responses. Those responses are almost canned. The person doesn't really think much about what they're saying. They're simply saying, okay, well, you know, X, Y, and Z is actually this. The GRE, well, you just have to study some vocab. That's a very pat response, because clearly learning vocabulary for the GRE is much more difficult than just studying a few words. And of course, Vocab Wednesday is a part of that, hopefully. And we can now say bye to my short words. And I'll see you next week. And don't forget to check us out at gre.magoosh.com.